Welcome to Future Genetics press release February 2012. Future Genetics responds to recession by introducing a 40% saving for all customers. The importance of DNA paternity testing for those in both the US and UK is highlighted through two key examples. For example, 5 to 20% of dads are not the biological fathers. Future Genetics replies to inquiries asking whether the company can help in these times of austerity. In response, an unprecedented 40% discount has been applied to all 60 DNA tests offered by the Future Genetics company. Both the US and UK economies continue to bear the impact of the financial downturn. Figures released in the first week of February 2012 by the National Institute of Economic and Social Research suggests that the UK economy will further condense by 0.1% in the first quarter of this year. According to Deloitte, the US economy has a low GDP growth. The economic downturn has affected many parts of society, including individuals and families, so there may be a situation where performing a paternity test may be delayed, or the idea may even be dismissed by a father or mother who is unsure about the identity of the biological father. This delay can have negative repercussions, which will be discussed in the next section. Likewise, the inability to fund legal immigration DNA tests can delay relatives separated across different continents from uniting. We have given two examples, one from the UK and the other from the USA, which highlight how delaying or not carrying out a DNA paternity test can have potentially detrimental effects on individuals and families. In the USA, there is a requirement to declare an acknowledgement of paternity form, which itself holds legal power. In other words, the father stated on the ALP has legal responsibilities. For unmarried couples where the mother has been single for 300 days or more, the ALP form needs to be completed for the inclusion of the putative father's name on the birth certificate. In accordance with many US states, the challenge here is that there is only a limited time period after the submission of the ALP where the form can be amended. Therefore, in a situation where there are doubts related to paternity, then even if a DNA paternity test later proves that the father named on the ALP and subsequently the birth certificate is not the biological father, then he may still be legally bound by the ALP and therefore legally liable to continue financially supporting the child. In the UK, when a child is born and the putative father enters his name on the birth certificate, he then automatically becomes legally responsible for supporting the child. Some UK estimates suggest that possibly 5% and even up to a staggering 20% of males are incorrectly considered to be the biological fathers prior to any paternity test. In such a scenario, if the male withdraws his financial support on the suspicion that he is not the true biological father, the UK Child Maintenance Enforcement Commission, CMEC, which replaced the Child Support Agency, CSA, would still automatically deduct 15% before tax from his salary until he carried out a legal DNA paternity test to prove he was not the biological father. These cases of mistaken presumed paternity do occur. In order to illustrate this fact, Future Genetics has published a case report where a cuckolded male has taken legal action this week, February 2012, to recoup costs exceeding $190,000, which equates to over £120,000. In summary, where there is any doubt about paternity, Future Genetics recommends that a paternity test be carried out. There are a range of tests that can be selected depending on the situation, such as personal, discrete, and legal paternity tests as examples. Such tests are important to confirm paternity and are in the interest of the child. For example, the DNA test result provides rights to the child from the confirmed biological father. Going back to the initial issue around difficult economic times, Future Genetics listens to its customers and endeavours to accommodate requests. A proportion of inquiries have presented themselves asking whether Future Genetics can help in these times of austerity. In response, Dr. Cameron, who is the managing director, stated, "We should take steps to help those that are not in a position to proceed with these important tests by absorbing some of the costs, which will then allow us to offer more meaningful discounts to our customers." Consequently, Future Genetics has taken drastic measures by now offering a 40% discount on all tests for a limited period. Please visit the website for further details. About Future Genetics. Future Genetics are true leaders in DNA analysis and DNA testing. They empower the individual as well as families. The board of directors are all true expert scientists. We provide accurate and reliable DNA tests. Our DNA tests are private and confidential. Our testing laboratories are accredited by the UK Ministry of Justice and the results are accepted by the UK Law Courts and Home Office. Next steps, please rate this video and leave a comment. Subscribe and become a friend at the Future Genetics YouTube channel and receive alerts for news bulletins before anyone else. Please visit the Future Genetics website to read more on DNA testing. Follow us on Twitter, join us at Facebook.